Hello and welcome. This talk will cover interview techniques. Interview techniques. It's pretty daunting going head to head or one-on-one or presenting yourself to a panel of people. Everyone finds it a bit nerve-wracking in one way or another. By preparing for an interview, you can give yourself the needed confidence to project and communicate who you are and what you are about to another person as required. Congratulations, you got the interview. This means that you have seen off most of the competition, and this company or small business feels you're worthy of a spot on their shortlist. Let that confidence boost sink in. That is an achievement in itself. Now it's time to get ready for the next step. Preparation. So you've landed an interview. Depending on the time frame you have available to you, there are a number of different tasks you can complete to give yourself more peace of mind. Research the company. The people interviewing you expect you to know what their organization does as the bare minimum. Considering things such as how big the team is, what their audience is like, and the types of goods and services they provide is only going to give you an advantage when it's needed. Look up the role, read the job description, and once again, read the job description. An examination of the duties and qualities required for a role will help you understand what it entails and help you identify exactly what the employer is looking for. Find the location. Of course, with the COVID pandemic at the moment, many interviews are being held virtually, but not all of them. Make sure you know exactly where to go for an interview and how long it is going to take to get you there. If you are interviewing from home, set an alarm beforehand, make sure you are on time and prepared to chat at the pre-arranged time. Whether we like it or not, there is a large element of stage management with interview prep. First impressions count, and knowing you look the part will lift your confidence massively. As a guideline, you should aim to dress one level above your usual workwear should you be offered the job. If something as simple as polishing your shoes or threading a button gives you the edge over a close running candidate, might as well make that effort in advance. For an online or video interview, test your framing beforehand to get an idea of what the interviewers will see through the lens of the camera and plan your outfit accordingly. Don't wear the same pattern as your wallpaper or the same color as your wall, and ensure that your outfit looks smart from the shoulders up. No relying on your shoes to dress up a t-shirt and trousers look. Even if it's a telephone interview, it's a good idea to dress smartly to get your head in the game. It's hard to get in the zone if you're still in your pajamas. Prepare for both questions to ask and questions to answer from the interviewer. Asking further questions shows interest in the job that you are applying for. If you really think you will have some genuine questions that they can answer for you regarding the role you are applying for. If you have trouble thinking of some, have a look back over the job role description. Is there anything in there you need clarification on or that you want to unpick further? Answering interview questions. Prepare an answer to one of the most common questions asked. Tell me about yourself and why you are interested in this role with our company. The interviewer is ultimately asking you to communicate to them clearly who you are and what value you will bring to the company and the role. Practicing your answers out loud is an effective way to prepare. Say them out loud to yourself again and again, or ask a friend to help run through the questions and answers. Ask someone close to you for feedback on your answers. You'll find that you gain confidence as you get used to saying the words. Other common questions in interviews include, how do you handle critique? Tell us about a time you have had to deal with conflict. What was a challenging situation for you in a past role and how did you manage it? Interviews can come in a number of different forms, one-to-one and group interviews to position-specific tests, role plays, and psychometric questionnaires. This will generally be explained to you before the interview is cast, so that you are allowed some time to prepare. There is no harm in asking for more clarification or information ahead of time either. If you research how other people have managed the different processes, it will help you to figure out maybe what to expect. Search for keywords that they include in their communications to you to see if you can find others who have been through a similar process. Though you can do all the research in the world, you cannot predict exactly how any given interview is going to go. Instead of relying on rote learning your own memorized answers, prepare a dot point list of your most relevant skills, attributes, and work experience that you want to get into the conversation. Even if the specific questions that you had prepared for do not come up, with each question, you will find an opportunity to get these written ideas across. Good body language. Non-verbal communication is just as important as what you say in the interview and within your work history. Remember to have impeccable manners and a strong handshake to start with. Here are a few more pointers. The do's. Present yourself confidently. Smile frequently. Make eye contact when you're speaking. Sit or stand tall with your shoulders back. Before the interview, take a deep breath and exhale slowly in preparation. This will help you manage any feelings of anxiety and will encourage greater self-confidence. Treat everyone with the same amount of respect. This includes people on the road, people in the car park, security personnel, and the front desk staff. Treat everyone you don't know as though they are the hiring manager. Put out the energy that you want to receive. And send a thank you to the interviewer for their time. If you interviewed in the morning, send your follow-up email in the same day. If you're interviewed in the afternoon, the next morning is fine. Make certain that each email is distinct from the others using the notes that you took during the conversations. It is essential to use an interview as an opportunity to showcase your best qualities. More often than not, it's the most preventable errors that could cost you the job. There are a number of things to avoid when interviewing. Don't arrive unprepared. As mentioned, preparation for an interview is crucial to arriving in a confident mood and feeling ready to tackle the interviewer's questions. Failing to understand the role on offer will ultimately make you look lazy and uninterested. Make sure you look the part. We've been over this. Pause and rewind if you need a reminder. Talk the right amount. Striking a balance between talking too much and too little can be challenging. Taking part in practice interviews can really help to ensure that you give the right amount of information, which is available to you in the online portal and in other presentations like this. Waffling tends to be the result of nerves, so avoid talking about everything all at once. It's important to sell experience without rambling too much. Once the interviewer asks a question, pause for a couple of seconds and take a breath. Gather your thoughts before responding. If you're talking too much or too fast, you also run the risk of talking over or interrupting the interviewer. And finally, don't be too critical of past employers. Simply don't do it. It gives employers the wrong impression about you and makes them question what you'd say about them in similar circumstances. You've made it. Metaphorically, you have prepared for this big interview. Once you've done one, the next will be easier, and it will only become easier as you go along. The only mistake you can make is to not try at all. There is more information and external resources to be found on the portal and in our other short talks just like these.